Happiness circumstantial, fleeting and insubstantial, but yet we chase the wind and deny that we have sinned. Happiness inconsequential, distraction monumental, but with money on our minds, we fail to see we're blind. Joyful is a state of mind. Happiness has its time, but after life has had its grind, things start to fall in line. Jesus came to heal the sick, not those happy with where they are. So happiness could be a trick if you don't believe his scars. What good it be to gain it all, only to forfeit your soul? Is Jesus why you stand so tall, or are you what makes you whole? Happiness circumstantial, fleeting and insubstantial, but find your joy in Christ, for he has always sufficed. Do you know the difference between happiness and joy? Happiness is dictated by your life circumstances, but joy is a state of mind, regardless of your current situation. Just like the wind, we chase things that we believe will make us happy: a beautiful wife, a cush job, a nice house, luxury cars, and everything else the world has to offer. But in the end, does any of it really bring you true joy? After the movie ends in happily ever after, don't you ever wonder what happens after ever after? Suffering is wanting what you don't have and having what you don't want. The human mind is insatiable, and no matter how much you achieve, accomplish, or conquer, just like a tattoo, one is never enough. When you blind yourself by all the pleasures of this world, you fail to see the true meaning of life: to love the Lord our God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love our neighbors as Jesus loved us. It isn't until humans have lived out their chapters in life that they begin to see the vanity of their grinds. With age comes wisdom and perspective. Perspective begins to show us the difference between chocolate and poop. Many Christians today are missing the mark and yet go around pointing out specks in their brother's eyes when they can't even see the log in their own. Jesus came to save the sinners, not the righteous. I'd like to end with the passage in John when the Pharisees interrogated the blind man and then kicked him out of the synagogue. Jesus heard that they had cast him out, and having found him, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" He answered, "And who is he, sir, that I may believe in him?" Jesus said to him, "You have seen him, and it is he who is speaking to you." He said, "Lord, I believe." And he worshipped him. Jesus said, "For judgment I came into the world, that those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind." Some of the Pharisees near him heard these things and said to him, "Are we also blind?" Jesus said to them, "If you were blind, you would have no guilt. But now that you say we see, your guilt remains." John 9:35-41. Do not always be so quick to disengage because you believe you are the exception to the rule. Though you are always the hero in your story, you are also sometimes the villain in others. Once you realize that you are likely just as guilty as the people you cast judgment on, then you will understand what King Solomon said when he wrote, "Do not take to heart all the things that people say, lest you hear your servant cursing you. Your heart knows that many times you yourself have cursed others. All this I have tested by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which has been is far off and deep, very deep. Who can find it out? I turn my heart to know and search out and to seek wisdom and the scheme of things, and to know the wickedness of folly and the foolishness that is madness. And I find something more bitter than death: the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and whose hands are fetters. He who pleases God escapes her, but the sinner is taken by her. Behold, this is what I found," says the preacher, while adding one thing to another, "to find the schemes of things which my soul has sought repeatedly, but I have not found. One man among 1,000 I found, but a woman among all these I have not found. See, this alone I found, that God made man upright, but they have sought out many schemes." Ecclesiastes 7:21-29. Jesus is the only way, and it is he that does the good works through you. So in closing, be not overly righteous, and do not make yourself too wise. Why should you destroy yourself? Ecclesiastes 7:16. Thanks for watching The Autistic Christian Out.
If he were telling the truth, he wouldn't have told us.
Unless, of course, you knew you wouldn't believe the truth, even if you told us.